So in case you missed the news yesterday, Sean Dyche has been sacked as manager of Burnley Football Club after 10 years at the Clarets. Today on Halftime Football, I'm going to go through exactly why I believe this is one of the worst decisions in Premier League history. It's probably best to start off by looking at just how much Dyche achieved before actually looking at how miraculous it was. Dyche took over during the 2012-13 season, and in his first full season at the club, he got them promoted to the Premier League in style, finishing second in the Championship. While Burnley were relegated in their first season back in the top flight, they bounced straight back up, this time as champions. In the 16-17 season, Burnley avoided relegation for the first time since the inception of the Premier League, and the following season, Dyche achieved what can only be described as a miracle, as Burnley finished 7th and qualified for the Europa League playoffs. Up until this season, Dyche was firmly establishing Burnley as a top-flight club, something that was quite unimaginable to a lot of the fans. Now, to put into context just how incredible his achievements were, it's probably best to start off by saying Dyche's net spend was a total of 21 million since 2017. Their record signing cost them 15 million, and that was only this season. Dyche overachieved massively on a shoestring budget and he kept Burnley fighting. Yes, his playstyle was outdated and not very easy on the eye, but he got the best out of the players he had. For God's sake, they were still starting Aaron Lennon a few weeks ago. This was such a stupid, hasty decision from Burnley's American owners. Do they have no idea who Dyche is and what he's done for the club? He's synonymous with the club. If you think of Burnley, you think of Sean Dyche. It's utterly disrespectful, this decision from Alan Pace and the team he's got advising him. He's arguably the greatest manager in the club's history, and you've sacked him like this with no proper send-off, no way for the fans to thank him for all he's done. It's unbelievable to me. Either way, it's too little and far too late now. They've got 7 games left, obviously not including the one that the U23 coach Michael Jackson and Ben Mee are taking over this weekend, to turn around a 4-point deficit with Everton, who, by the way, will be on cloud 9 and will likely push on after beating Man United. This decision would have totally ruined the morale of the players, and it's such a stark contrast between current confidence between Burnley and Everton, which, believe me, in a relegation battle goes such a long way. Okay, hypothetically, let's say Burnley got relegated, Dyche took them down, he couldn't keep them up. I understand the financial repercussions, but where was the forward thinking in this? Dyche has proved twice now with Burnley that he can get that team up from the Championship into the Premier League. What are you going to do now when you get relegated? He was the perfect man to get you back up, and not only have you jeopardised your Premier League status, but your Championship status as well. I don't think people realise just how screwed Burnley are. Alan Pace's £170 million takeover just over a year ago relied completely on the club staying in the Premier League. He financed 60 million of the deal with a loan and took 30 to 40 million out of the club's reserves to complete the deal. Just the takeover itself has left the club at least £90 million in debt, with whatever interest lies on top of that. This is exactly what the Glazers did with Man United as well. They invested with 500 million worth of loans in their leveraged buyout plan, and now the club is over $1 billion in debt. If Burnley do get relegated with debts of over 100 million, they soon won't be able to buy anyone, offer high wages to their current players and staff, and even finance their general upkeep. Without Premier League status, they're in so much danger of going even bankrupt and getting dissolved. It really wouldn't surprise me in, let's say, 5-10 years. And Dyche was their only hope of staying in that league, and even then their only hope of coming straight back up, and they've totally spat in his face. It's just like every other American owner, they've made an impulse, stupid decision based on short-term finance, not thinking about the long-term repercussions of what they've just done. They are so screwed in the long run. Also, who the hell do they replace him with? Allardyce and Pardew have been linked, but even for any manager, they wouldn't be able to work their relegation battle magic with 7 games to go. It's far too late. Not even Pulis could do it. This decision to sack Dyche makes absolutely zero sense no matter how you look at it. Some are rejoicing because they won't have to see his anti-football in the Premier League, but if you put emotions aside and just think logically, you can see that this is the absolute stupidest thing Burnley Football Club could have done. Whatever man, for a man of his talents, he deserves to have more ambitious owners anyway. If I were Everton Football Club right now, I'd sack Lampard tonight and get Dyche in tomorrow. Who knows what he could do with a squad of talented players. Anyway, that's my rant over. Please let me know what you think down below in the comments, and if you did enjoy the video, be sure to like and subscribe. I'm sorry my voice is a bit gone today. I've been screaming at a birthday party all day because I'm a lad. Hashtag, yeah, anyway. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.